welcome back to the channel. It's been many a month since I've filmed. Currently in London, I don't know if you can see, kind of, a little bit, on my way to go to Norway in a couple of days. Okay, so welcome back. We've made it to hut number 1 in Norway. This is our view of the door. It's so adorable. And I'm literally in the hut right now. We have a bed in a 4-person sort of dormitory room, and dinner is at 6 p.m. and it's warm because it's a serviced hut, so we're about to have dinner in like 5 minutes. So excited.
One thing that I think would have been so nice, I mean, maybe it didn't feel like that.
Yeah. On our first night, we stayed in a place called Signatur, which was really nice. It was on a big lake. It's painful. The next day we hiked all day. I think it was 18 or so kilometers or 21, something like that. And this was a pretty easy hike day. There weren't any crazy inclines or anything. It was just really long and it was really hot. We really didn't expect super warm weather even in the summer in Norway, but we actually got like the hottest week of basically the year, and like in many years, I think, according to the locals that we met. Everybody was really surprised. But after hiking all day in the sun, we arrived at this cute hut, which was Joldalshytta, and they had a goat farm, which had goat cheese that we had at the dinner and the breakfast, which was so great. And this was actually one of my favorite huts on the entire trip. The next day we hiked from Joldalshytta to Trollheimshytta. Also, I'm sorry about my Norwegian, I'm probably butchering all these names, but try my best. This hiking day was pretty challenging, not gonna lie. We had to hike up this really intense hill. There were sheep at the top though, which was really cute. And the paths are really well marked here. There's these red T's everywhere, or red dots, painted on the rocks, and we never really got lost, and we never really had to get out our map either. At the end of the day, we cooled off our tired feet in this beautiful creek by our next hut, and then we had dinner and went to bed. We took one day on this hike just to relax in one of the huts in the middle, and so we got the whole breakfast and meal deal thing, but we didn't hike that day. It felt so lazy to do it, but I would honestly highly recommend if you do this hike, because hiking for this many days in a row is really tiring, especially with how long these days were. Hey there, I just wanted to check in on the vlog. It's now day, I think 4 actually, of our hiking trip. We did 2 days of hiking, 1 day of resting, and now we're gonna do like our 3rd day, and we're hiking from Trollheimen Trekanten to Gårdvatn, and it's about a 25-kilometer hike, which is our longest day, so we'll see how this goes. It rained a ton yesterday, so I'm kind of afraid it's gonna be muddy on the trails, but it is nice weather again, so there's that. I'm about to head to breakfast down in the dining hall, and then we're gonna head off in a couple minutes. This day hike was, I believe, I don't know if this was the crazy long day. I think it wasn't, but it was a really difficult day if I remember correctly. It started off kind of swampy, and we went past this cute hut, which we couldn't quite figure out what it was. And then we went up and over a big ridge to this new valley with a bunch of waterfalls and lakes and things. The scenery here was literally so stunning. I knew from guidebooks and, Instagram that Norway was beautiful, but this place just blew me away. On this day, there were so many glacial lakes. We thought about swimming in one of them, and honestly, I was just kind of too lazy to take all my stuff off and on again, but it was so nice to dangle our feet in the water for a lunch break, and the water was just perfectly clear. We finally made it to the hut at the end of this hike, which was called Korvatten, and it was our first self-service hut, so no warm meals for us tonight. Yeah.
Talk to me and tell me all that you've seen, all the colors, summer love. Washed in every shade of green and all the colors, summer love. Remember the lazy river day canoe.
It's so funny, it doesn't look fun when it's all compressed like this. Hello, welcome back. It's now day 7 of our trip, but day 6 of hiking since we took one rest day at Trollheimshytta. It's like 9:30 a.m. right now, something like that. Here I am in between Boarsgarden and Jævelvasshytta, which is our last stop before we go back to the city for a couple days at the end of our Signatur hike. I'm a tiny bit out of breath right now because there's a little bit of climb, but compared to yesterday and most of our other days, this day is going to be really easy, I hope, at least in terms of length. It's 19 kilometers total. I think I'll catch you up on this whole trip when I'm back home and do more of an overview of the trip and which hikes I like the most, which huts I like the most. But for now, I'll show you a little bit of my scenery around me right now, and then I will see you when I'm back home with my main camera. I didn't even take it on this trip, it's just too much stuff to carry on a really light backpacking trip. Yeah, whatever.
Across from each other here because I get to sit on the bench. I have a better view.